You just need to forgive and let it go. You've heard it a million times, right? But the people who say that don't get it. They don't understand that the betrayal was too deep. The pain is still raw. And every time you even try to move on, your entire body screams, no. And maybe the person you can't forgive is yourself. If you've ever felt trapped by a hurt so deep that forgiveness feels like a fantasy, you're in the right place. This isn't about forcing yourself to forget what happened. This is about finding a way to finally set yourself free. When you can't move past something, especially something you've done, it feels like you're locked in a prison you built yourself. You replay the mistake over and over. And even though the world is telling you to just let go, you can't seem to find the key. This isn't failure of willpower. It's not just in your head, it's in your body. When we experience a profound betrayal, even one we've committed against ourselves or others, our nervous system can flip into survival mode. It's something called an amygdala hijack. Your body thinks your own mistake is a threat it needs to fight, run from, or freeze in front of. Your heart rate changes, stress hormones flood your system, and you get stuck on high alert. This is exactly why the advice to just move on feels like such an insult. Your body is physically preventing the very emotional release that you need. It thinks it's protecting you, but really it's just keeping you trapped. At the heart of this prison is a mix up between two very different emotions, guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something bad. Guilt is about your actions. It can actually be healthy, pushing you to apologize, make things right, and do better next time. But shame is a different beast entirely. Shame says, I'm bad. It's not about what you did, it's about who you believe you are. It's that toxic, gut wrenching feeling that you are fundamentally flawed and unworthy of being loved. So when you're drowning in shame, you don't feel like you made a mistake. You feel like you are the mistake. And from that dark place, forgiving yourself feels impossible because you truly believe you don't deserve it. So let's redefine what forgiveness is. Self forgiveness is not about saying what you did was okay. It's not about pretending it wasn't a big deal. And it's definitely not about erasing the memory. Forgiveness is the act of setting yourself free from the crushing weight of shame so you can finally start to heal. So, how do you actually start to heal? Psychologists point to a four-step framework for self forgiveness that can guide you out of that prison. Remember, this is a process and not a switch you can just flip. Step one, responsibility. First, you have to take ownership of the harm you caused without downplaying it, but also without drowning in shame. Just look at the facts of what happened. Be honest with yourself about your actions and the impact they had. This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about acknowledging reality so you can actually do something about it. Denying it just gives the pain more power. Step two, remorse. Once you've taken responsibility, let yourself feel genuine remorse. This is where you let that healthy guilt do its job. Feel the regret for your action, but actively work to separate it from who you are. Tell yourself, I feel guilty about what I did, not I am guilty that I'm a bad person. The distinction is everything. It lets you feel the appropriate pain without letting it swallow your identity. Third, restoration. And this is the action step. It's about making amends. If you can offer a real, sincere apology to the person you hurt, a true apology owns the mistake. validates their pain, and includes a promise not to repeat the behavior. If you can't make an amends directly, find a way to do it indirectly. Do something kind for a stranger. Volunteer your time. This step is about aligning your actions with the values again and proving to yourself that you are bigger than your worst mistake. Step 4, renewal. This is where you learn to live with yourself again. It's about building self compassion. A really powerful tool here is the best friend test. Ask yourself, if my best friend told me they made this same exact mistake, what would I say to them? You'd probably offer kindness, understanding, and encouragement. You have to learn to give that same grace to yourself. Find a mantra when you can use when the shame starts to spiral. Something like, I did the best I could with what I knew. Now that I know better, I will do better. This helps you fight back against your inner critic and renew your own self respect. This is so personal, and I think we could all use some support. In the comments below, share which one of these 4 steps feel like the biggest challenge for you right now: responsibility, remorse, restoration, or renewal. I promise you are not the only one who finds this hard. That feeling that forgiveness is impossible is real. It's valid, and it's often physical. It's a sign that your mind and body are working overtime to process a deep wound. But it's not a life sentence. The way forward isn't about forgetting the past. It's about weaving the mistakes into a new story of growth. It means taking responsibility without taking on shame. It means taking action to repair what you can. And most of all, it means making a conscious choice again and again to finally let yourself off the hook. Remember this: you are not your worst mistake. You are a person who made a mistake, and you are just as worthy of forgiveness as anyone else.